Shall we begin?
Let's begin now.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to day 4 of Mother's Day cards with the Cricut. Today we will be using the Paper Lace cartridge and my favorite, the Art Philosophy. But don't worry, if you don't have the Art Philosophy, I will give you some suggestions as to what other cartridge you can use to make today's card. So, today's card looks like this, and once again we're making an easel card, and it looks like this. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how I made this card. Okay everybody, so let's bring up the supplies so we can get started with day number 4. So now, once again, I have used the Art Philosophy cartridge, but I am going to give you some suggestions on how you can make this card if you don't have the Art Philosophy cartridge. So, the card feature that I am using is on page 53, and it's the card, which looks like this. And so, I've cut that at... Let's see, I'm going to bring up the Gypsy, and I've taken my real dowel size and put that on, and then I've gone ahead and cut that at 5 1/4 inches. So we're going to go to that cartridge, and it is key number 33, which looks like this. So I've cut one of those out in this cardstock, and this is some of the Joann Fabrics textured cardstock. So I have one of those, and then the other thing that I've gone ahead and cut out is, it says it's called square 4. So I've cut several of those at different sizes. So what you want to do, if you have the Art Philosophy cartridge, is you want to go ahead and cut one of those at, and you're going to key 33, so you'll cut one at 5 1/4 inches, which is this one, and then you'll also go ahead and cut 2 at, let's see what size we cut those. Those were cut at 4 3/4 inches, and you'll do the same thing, just cut using key number 33, and then you're going to cut 2 at 4 1/4 inches. So I'll repeat that. You'll cut 2 at 4 1/4 inches, hitting key number 33, and then you're going to cut 2 at 4 3/4 inches using the same key 33, and then you'll cut 1 at 5 1/4 inches using key number 33, and then for your card you're going to hit the card feature and key number 33 to get your card feature. So now let's talk about if you don't have the Art Philosophy cartridge. I was able to find a list of cartridges that do have something similar to this where you can still make this card. You'll have to do some adjusting with your measurements, but the cartridges that I found that have something similar to this are the Storybook cartridge, the Lacy Label cartridge, and the Fancy Frame cartridge. And I'm sure there's probably even more, but those were the ones that I found just offhand real quickly. The other thing you can use is, if you look at this, it looks similar to the Stampin' Up! Top Note die. So you can also use that to make this card. So let's get our card together here and start putting it together. So the first thing I want to do is, I should have done this earlier, but I need to ink my edges. So let me do that and then I'll come back. Okay everybody, so I am back and I have all my edges inked, and what I've used is the Tim Holtz Distress ink, and this is the dried marigold. So let's get our card together here and get our pieces. So the first thing you want to do is we're going to take the card and you're going to have it folded this way, and what you want to do is you just want to fold it back on itself, and you're going to kind of line up that point that's there, and then just basically press down. Now what I could do is use this as my template, but I think we can do this without having to do that, so I'm just gonna make sure I can get this lined up evenly. And I want to score it. What you're trying to do is get it scored right on the point, like so. So I'm going to take my scoring tool and just fold that back. So now the next thing is, the way this is going to work is you're going to attach this, and this is going to be your easel. So what we want to do is we're going to put this aside for right now, and we're going to start decorating the front part of our card. So I'm going to take the piece that was cut at 4 3/4 inches, and I'm just going to lay it down for right now. And then I'm going to take my next piece, which is this piece right here, and line that up right there. So now I am not adding any ribbon, so we can actually go ahead and start taping these down. So I'm going to start with taping this layer on top of here. So I'm going to get my HEG gun out, and we're going to get some tape on here all the way around, and just going to do a little crisscross here, and we'll put on our top piece like so. And then we'll just press down. And this paper, it is from the DCWV paper stack, and this is the pocket full of posies. Now I've had this for several years. I don't even know if I got it at Joann's, and I don't have any idea if they still even sell this one. But it does have some pretty paper in here and some glitter paper as well. So that's the paper stack that I took my top layer from. So let's finish putting our card together, and we'll add our layers now on top of here. And once again, we're going to use the ATG gun and get some tape all around our edges. And then we'll add this to the card. So this is pretty much a really simple card, another easel card. And I'm finding that what you can do is you can make lots of easel cards using the different shapes. It's just a matter of being able to do your fold back so that it comes out even. So now I'm going to move on to my next embellishment, and what I've done is I've gone ahead and cut out this embellishment here. And this is from the Paper Lace cartridge, and it is on page 35, and I've cut out the flower 6, which is right here. So now on your gypsy, let's bring that up. And that is going to be, let's try that again. So that is going to be key number 15, which is this one right here. So it looks like this. And I've gone ahead and cut that out with using my real dowel size again at 3 3/4 inches. And the only reason why I used the real dowel size is because I wanted to make sure I could get this to fit with inside these smallest frame. because that's basically what they look like to me, are frames. So that's going to sit right here. And then I have a Prima flower that I'm going to put in the center. And then what I've done is I've taken my Sizzix, or I'm sorry, Cuttlebug butterfly that looks like this, and I've cut that out using my Big Shot. I didn't pull out Mr. Bond for this because this was just a small little project. And I've taken and run them through the Cuttlebug folder. So I've cut out 2 of them and run them through the little Cuttlebug folders that come with the die. This all comes as a set, and you get all of these. So I've gone ahead and used this swirl type butterfly, and then I use the, looks like it has wording on it, so it looks like this. I don't know if I can angle that so you can see it. So it looks like that. So now, and actually I've pressed them out on the folder so you can actually see what they look like. So we're going to put those on there as well. And I'm going to have one up here and then one down here. So let's start getting everything taped down and glued down, and then we can finish up putting the card together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our flower to our little piece here, and I've also inked the edges using the marigold, the dried marigold, and I think I'm going to add this on here using my glue gun. I'm just going to get a bunch of glue on here, and then I'm just going to press this down. And I probably should have added this onto the card first, or to my top layer before I put the flower down, but it's okay. It still should work out. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to pop this up even better. So let me get some foam tape on here, and we'll just pop this up. I think that will look even better. So I'm going to pull my backing off my foam tape, and then I'm going to add that to the card, or to my layer. We haven't actually added anything to the card yet. So I'm going to pop that right there. So now what I want to do is I also want my butterflies to just pop up just a little bit. So we're going to put some foam tape on the back of the butterfly. And we'll just add 2 small pieces. One on this side and one on that side. And then we'll take our tape backing off. And we'll add this to our top layer. So I'm going to just slide that in there and pop that up. Now of course we'll be adding bling to the card. We can't not do that, but I want to just get everything laid down first. So this will be my next one. And we'll cut some tape and put on the back of here. And then we'll pull off the backing off of here as well. And then we'll add this to the top layer also. And it looks like we got some of that showing, so I'm just going to take this off real quick and move it over a little bit so it's not showing on the other side. And then we can add it about like that to our card. Okay, so now let's work on our inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my layers again. So we'll add these 2 layers together first and get those taped down So once again, I'm going to pull out the HEG gun, and we'll get our tape all the way around. And then we'll add our layer, like so. And then this layer is going to sit inside the card. So we'll just get some tape on the back up here. And then we can add this to the card as well. Okay, and let's see if we'll be able to finish up this card without running out of tape in my HEG gun. So now I'm going to add that layer and press that down. And then what I want to do, I just want to measure real quickly. I'm going to put this on top. So our card is going to sit like this. So I want to kind of mark where I want my card to stop. And I think I'm going to have it stop right there. So I'm just going to place a small pencil mark, like so. So what I've done, before we put finish up the inside, I've gone and taken some of my scrap that I had left over from the front layer of my card, and I've taken my stamp, my punch. It is the Vintage Floral by Martha Stewart. So I've punched out from my scraps, and I just want to lay that down here. And then the other thing I've done is I've taken one of my dollar stamps and just stamped out this little flower, and then I colored it using my watercolor paints and the iridescent medium. So when it looks like that. So we're actually going to have that stop. We're going to place that right there because that's where I want my card to stop at. So I'm going to bring this up just a little bit higher. And then I want to line that up right there. So we'll put our piece, our strip right here, and then we'll be able to put our flower. Or we may need to bring that down because we want the flower to be stopped right there. So that should be about right. Or maybe I need to come down just a little bit more. And that should do it right there. So once again, a little light pencil mark so I know where to put this. And then we're just going to take our Tombow adhesive and get some tape on here. Like so. And I did ink my edges using the dried marigold again. And I'm going to press that down like so, and then we can take and put our flower there. And I've got the flower popped up so that it can act as a stoppage for our easel. So we'll just line this up and we'll place it right there. So now the last thing I want to do for the inside of the card is I want to put a greeting in there. So I've got some more of the dollar bin stamps, and I have Because I Love You Mom, and then it just says Happy Mom's Day. So I'm going to take the dried marigold again, and I might do this in tea dye. Oh, we're going to push forward and use the dried marigold. So I'm not going to use my Stamp-A-Majig. I'm just going to line this up and press down, and there we have it. So Now we're ready to add the top part to our easel card. So let's bring that up, and we're going to test it out by lining it up, and as you can see, it does stop right there, and then when you put it down, it lays flat. So let's get some tape along here, and you want to make sure you get lots of tape along here. So I'm going to take the HEU gun again, and I'm just going to load it up with tape. And I want to make sure I get my edges all the way around, because we really want this to stick. And I think it's going to stick just fine because it's sticking to my fingers. So let's make sure we get this on here correctly. And you want to line it up all the way around. And you want your points to be pretty much even. If they're off a little bit, that's fine. And there you have it. There is the easel. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my bling, and I'll come back with the finished card. Okay everybody, so I am back with the finished card, and I've gone ahead and added all of my bling. So I've used my IROC tool to add some bling along here and on the butterfly, and then I've taken one of the dollar leaves that come in a package at Michael's, and then on the side here I've added some beaded sprays, and they look like this. I have them in several colors. Right now I don't remember the name of the vendor that I purchased these from, but I will include that in the description bar down below here. So that's it everybody. This is card number 4 of Mother's Day cards with the Cricut. Thanks for watching everybody. Bye.